In our daily lives, we often talk about love as though we understand it completely. We write songs, poems, and stories about love, weaving it into the fabric of our lives as one of the most cherished and celebrated aspects of human existence. Yet, how deeply do we truly understand love? The reality is that most of us view love through the narrow lens of our personal experiences and relationships, often failing to grasp its profound nature. Love, as we commonly understand it, is entangled with emotions, desires, and expectations. We talk about love as if it's synonymous with attraction, attachment, or even ownership. But is that really what love is? For most people, love is intrinsically tied to relationships. We define love based on how we feel about our family, friends, romantic partners, or even pets. This relational understanding of love often leads us to equate it with the emotional highs and lows that come with human connections. We see love as something transactional, an exchange of care, support, and affection. When these exchanges falter, our notion of love seems to shatter, leaving us hurt, betrayed, or disillusioned. This perspective limits love to the realm of human emotions, making it conditional and fragile. We love when our conditions are met and withdraw when they are not. In this framework, love becomes a temporary and uncertain experience, confined to the boundaries of our expectations and attachments. However, love is not merely an emotion. Emotions are fleeting, transient, and often self-centered, driven by personal desires or aversions. Love, in its truest sense, transcends these limitations. It is not something we feel, it is something we exist in. Love is a dimension of existence, a fundamental truth that exists beyond our fear-driven selves. To understand this, we must first confront the nature of our physical selves. Our physical being thrives on boundaries because physicality itself is defined by separation. We are separate from others, from objects, and even from the world around us. Without these boundaries, physical existence cannot be sustained. Our bodies and minds are built to protect these boundaries, ensuring survival and self-preservation. The mechanism that protects our physical boundaries is fear. Fear alerts us to danger, helps us avoid harm, and keeps us within the safe confines of our physical existence. In this way, fear is essential for survival, but fear also creates a trap, a self-imposed prison where we are constantly protecting, defending, and preserving our boundaries. We become so accustomed to this fear-driven existence that we mistake it for reality. We live in a perpetual state of stress, uncertainty, and anxiety, always guarding our boundaries and fearing their breach. Love, in this context, is often misunderstood as another form of boundary, something to possess, protect, or control. We create traps in the name of love, but true love cannot be confined or controlled. Nobody creates a trap out of love, because love, in its essence, is boundless. Because we are so deeply rooted in fear, we often confuse love with fear. Consider the possessiveness that often accompanies romantic relationships. We fear losing the person we love, and this fear manifests as control, jealousy, or insecurity. Similarly, in other relationships, love can become a means of fulfilling our emotional needs or alleviating our fears of loneliness, rejection, or inadequacy. In these cases, what we call love is not love at all. It is fear disguised as love. True love does not arise from fear. It does not seek to possess or control. It does not depend on conditions or expectations. True love exists beyond fear, beyond boundaries, and beyond the limitations of our physical selves. If love is not an emotion, a relationship, or a product of fear, then what is it? Love is a dimension of existence that exists beyond us. It is the essence of being itself, a boundless and unconditional reality that permeates all of creation. Love is not something we give or receive. It is something we are. It is the fabric of the universe, the underlying truth that unites all things. To experience this love, we must first acknowledge the nature of our physical existence. We must see that our physical self is a trap, driven by fear and confined by boundaries. This realization is the first step toward transcending our limited sense of self. When we begin to let go of our attachments, fears, and need for control, we create space for something greater to emerge. The phrase falling in love holds a deeper truth than we might realize. To fall in love is not just to feel affection or attraction, it is to fall so deeply that we lose our sense of self. In true love, the ego dissolves, boundaries disappear and we become one with the other. This is not a loss in the negative sense, but a liberation. By losing our self-imposed boundaries, we gain access to a boundless dimension of existence. This dimension is what many call God's love, a love that is infinite, unconditional, and all-encompassing. It is a state of being where fear has no place, where we are no longer driven by the need to protect or defend. In this state, we experience the true nature of love as a unifying force that transcends all separation. Beyond our fear-driven selves lies the unconditional love of God. This love is not something we earn or deserve, it simply is. It is the ultimate reality, the source from which all existence flows. To experience this love, we must go beyond the limitations of our physical selves. We must let go of our attachments, fears, and illusions of control. When we do this, we open ourselves to a boundless existence, where love is no longer confined to relationships, emotions, or conditions. In this state, we realize that we are not separate from love, we are love. This realization transforms our understanding of life, dissolving the boundaries that once confined us and connecting us to the infinite. To truly understand love, we must go beyond our limited fear-driven perspectives. Love is not an emotion or a relationship. It is a dimension of existence that transcends the boundaries of the physical self. It is the unconditional love of God, a boundless reality that unites all things. By acknowledging the fear-driven nature of our physical existence and letting go of our attachments, we can move toward this boundless dimension. In doing so, we experience true love, a love that liberates us from the traps of fear and connects us to the infinite. Falling in love, then, is not a descent into weakness, but a profound journey into the depths of our true nature. It is the ultimate act of liberation, where we shed our boundaries and embrace the boundless reality of God's love. Thanks for watching this video. If you like our content, then do like, share, and subscribe to our channel.